DNSC, yes, IGP are directed CID headquarters to take over investigations into attack on NAIMOS team at Shidium. Into this, you know, you see NPP, NDC, MPB, you see NAIMOS koya arrest be, and you see MPP, NDC, MP ko and or catch a boys say, Mom penny, hey, Ghana and say, Mabodam. It's not involved in Galamsey. Nobody can officially come and say, Collins Dowda, or Galamsey, me evidence, there's nothing of this government, because I am still helping the government by telling the people the truth. Inti, I am so happy. This is how you govern. This is what you do. When now we na ama ekromo for no omo wa hinha omo Ghana near Sebio Okopo, a fisherman, he can buy a diesel at a very low cost. A driver ni obetuma to fuel at a low cost. Mamina offer car no akwako dijano abano ono so obeden ono so betinyo man. So that is how you build a nation. A cyclical. We bua we na we abua we into two ways so two ways na two ways na two ways so. In common way na we see di as Ghanaians. And the Shwabra boom, Nasha Senia, Utsika some etie, Sika da bank in there, and 2-3 years ago. I don't even say a 24, and we say, a change 24 Mojimino. Oma year, imagine say, Yadi yen tiasie, Yamamoy ding, Yamamoy dia, to store him nakoda. Yamamoy din still about will be a stone. Oka said Yamamoy ding, Keba and Nanka stone, Yamane woman, Osi a son, Unfabi Mumba, because Uniska. Yamamoy ding, Yamamoy ding, and so do Jimmy, we can be a knock of your mabigum, just a Yamamunya ding. Ghana ha nipa ko kakra bi ene hu se dwomemu adin nipa kakra bi an omode ode chese uku apese kura de mo so mundi for full meal omega say dwomemu adin because NDC ne also and nobody cares. It's about how you feel. But majority of the people are buying way decisions are all taking about way in more any policies or the to air benefit to they know and they'll go back and vote for this government again because enya unkwana o Ghana ni. It is a uti a krobiso and now uti region be now I junior say media men cast and pa and far buying with whom Yoma K Eko ye cramming cat media make us say abiding ya and ya won't go to aba. So okay say ye and koya ubinim say koye and remember waban sunjo biaba. It's the fact of the case they say you either join the team or you shut up and sleep. Ukwato ma enkoye kra nyama board dia din pa and so be kono be the store de bia. Tell me say anka from the beginning of the year enkoye nanka watum. No, I can say, me get ring na she. And so, no more be start ya no, echuomonim asra. Omotumakota akotonkum pokre asra ayako. Nen so be non so be gugu amabochi. E gugu gomo nu fu e gugu gomo ni ase. Omotwan akọ eyie. Enko yi to store ni mukode. Enko yi na nko to store nim na obi busa say, "Hey, eno abena, ade na wan cost so, aban we de enya kura, me dwetira hye." Ujetrashi eso de bia oda be store u bia de wom ujetrashi de bia na nyoma gu store mu na medwin say ka obetum anase obeton de wom la so waka say me twan ma MPP aba but un twan ma MPP ba so unye sika we na okofa nyoma be gu store nim mo ya beifo eni ntina mo bre no Ghana fo no do so chen mo enti enye de wo wutima wa adwene ya wo say wo de woka saban ne nye aho kire wo ho a Ghana di bi otenkran otetakra oti ekrofufuro bi so beji wedi dabi oho kire wo kurom wa abaye baako obi so abaye baako enti mema wa adwene ya wo say o kan semfun afa oban no ho no ebema nyoma petrol boas eso ate sa okọ na so okofo ka ne ka se ate petrol so ana yate eye lorry fare so na so untua opa tua kese ma driver no obeji obodam enti these are things that also edi hu nkomo and when na MPP from Bessie beka ho asem but when na Ghana for pesisia when na Ghana for pay when na taxi drivers pay when na chassis drivers pay when na air the boat for pay when na air the long journey drivers air the next of kin for when no mo pay when na VIP buses for no mo pay when ya de chichire man into say wo say on tiasia a problem ya de bebo no kre no abo hu de wuro a kire Ghana for ya ti petrol so and the petrol ya turn 11.59 diesel yet on 12.47 MPP was so near to petrol saying near to diesel saying monim ye harry won kan okre ye de no kre no begum anim ase ye dwudwam now wiki John Mahama received the president of Germany na just say on say president D enya chinchine is simple you just have to be yourself and that is the uniqueness of a unique thing about John Mahama so be a president you are not supposed to be a different person from the people. Your aura should be able to accept everyone. That gas around you that makes you the president, it should not push people away from you. It should not make you look different from the people. And John Dramani Mahama has been able to adapt that kind of style. Intendano, Otum say, John Mahama ko baby, o share world leader be, o ko event bia. Ghanaians are comfortable talking to the president, stretching their arms, waving at the president, because they know this president is not going to give them a look. This president is not going to tell his bodyguards to just strike them. This president is going to smile, take his time, speak to the people. This is a visit from the German president. It looks like any ordinary visit. And this is how you start to build relationship. This is how a country starts to build itself. It is the face of the country, the face of the leadership, what they do, how they present the country. And Oshe, this is so heartwarming. And the president of Germany, and you could see the excitement in the man's head. Me assure so obadi nyina no. No just say acheche de ni bi no obabu ne kuntan. Be die to acheche no say de bulletproof. Okwaji bullet ama Russia for and na gabi so na bodwe say ta. Dabi oba no otum say this is welcoming. This is warming. This is beautiful. So the aura around the president is strong. And the good thing is say president we visit oba besra Ghana. Or see something from what the president has shown him. The hospitality. He was not supposed to come and donate anything to Ghana. No. He was coming to see his embassy, how the people here are working. The collaboration. That safety of who say BBI okay. Ghana ni omo but or share or buy and or share reception or say no, something 65 million euros or see a youth employment team. You see, this is what you do. When the president from Germany now or say they did not even plan to say they wanted to give this money, but or buy the reception the kind of leadership Kasana Jomahama Neneka OT no say dabi. I need to give the youth. In fact, Onim said the biggest problem of Ghana, any youth unemployment. And this man understands. Also, his quota, his government quota, his nation's quota is to put down 65 million euros. Fan share youth employment team. Na yen fan try na yen na yen fan build the youth yen create opportunity more. Obeti coders program obeti apprenticeship program obeti say people with disability today are going to school, tertiary institution without paying fees. Wabehu first year students who are not supposed to pay fees for the first year in the public universities. Wabehu sanyo nyina we how free SHS now it has been recalibrated and it's doing well. Wabehu nyina say no. Then we need to build the youth. We need to put a lot into building them to become adults, youth to get work. Into 65 million euros or say Ghana and J. Youth employment. That is what presidents do. That is what we call bilateral friendship. Into Sanyamo, don't underestimate it. Don't underestimate it. This should give you some hope. The man who is leading Ghana, while Brendan wants here to the point, he said, "Ama a chrono, but a chrono." First, na endo Ghana. First, na yetanya ho. First, na Jimmy phone the so. We didn't understand why we should be patriotic. We were angry at each other for no reason because na achichide ne dia so. Na Jimmy phone to say NPP for we. They didn't respect anything. The rule of law. They didn't respect the constitution. They didn't respect the people. They made it look like a monarchy. And Obia to me say hello to the president respectfully. The president is a heartwarming person. And that is how we want Ghana to be. That country, Nana, in the past, people said, when you come to Africa, West Africa, this is the hub of hospitality. It is back again. This December, you're going to be seeing a lot of expatriates come to Ghana because now it is more comfortable. People are now comfortable to come to Ghana. People are now comfortable to come and invest in Ghana. Real estate is going to boom. People are now looking at advantages, taking advantage of our real estate sector, trying to own a property in Ghana, trying to make Ghana a destination where they can make sure, say, invest it. So this is what we call you are developing the nation. Papa we oba no obesia the German ambassador Otegana no senka ambassador de card at the money na anka papa we in the first place come back, but it is because of insempa the representatives of Ghana no omaka kire no into say I want to come see for myself, experience this guy for myself, and then at the end of the day I will see how we can collaborate. That is what we call leadership. It also and as a Ghanaian you should be proud. You should see, say, something, some better air is blowing through the country. The economy is doing well. Now, here, your group of people we are Ghana. Oh my imagine say, no matter what you be, they'll find a way to create an impression. Say, BBS we Ghana, BBNC. Can you believe? Say, you're a BB. Still, Mahama is governing with 60 ministers. Do you know that? 60 ministers. Engineer him say between 60 ministers are govern Ghana. We never knew. NPP for we are Munam Ghana, Jimmy Omoye, Monto Abamaye no. Omu the nipa saying ministers saying and they govern Ghana. Omu we omuja eka saying a toho. Omu we Ghana no, diena omu jamaya, ibetu makasa na eya dia esumbo. These people omu power, sika saying omu diye, yeda hon chase omu for our money. But interestingly enough, 60 ministers near Ghana. 60. And I think say right now no, there's something in Ghana, Anna, and it's a refi. We are getting too comfortable. Ama suddenly you refi problems. I see a refi the because of the good governance we are enjoying. Now people are not too angry. And when I say too angry, at a point in our lives as a people were angry about nothing. You know why? Because they were so angry about so many things, they didn't even know at a point. We didn't even know why we were angry. Ekufuado ne MP before my yebufu ya to the point. Usha Ghana niya ni buofu. Ba ubusana umwade kwa amade buofu because everything about time ani Ekufuado teno, it was horrible. It was basically like a nightmare. The trauma, our businessmen, parents, and Kwarakro Muwo school. It was only under Ekufuado ne Bawumia Kennedy Japan Brandy Champon. And you who say senior high school kids to me fresh shows so say dabi. We are not going to allow this to happen to us. Even though we are going to be exiting and some people are going to come to the senior high school, we will vote against NPP for. That is the first time a TV bisa. Young people as young as 17, 18, they were screaming and getting angry. You know why? Because the government was a stupid government and the NPP is a governmental. And as our party, they are not people who are ready to help. We have forgotten suddenly that John Mahama is governing with only 60 ministers. You never know. Along the way, the 60 might even drop to Abia 50. You don't know. When things get better, you never know. One day, you'll be the president and say, you know something? Now the numbers look good. Now our figures when it comes to international market look good. Our debt repayment is looking good. Now we are looking at our international reserves is looking good. Our GDP, now you know what? We need to drop the ministerial appointment. You're dropping from 50, 60. It can drop. That is governance. But you see, I keep telling Ghana for say, Jandam is dangerous. And your group of people be a say, no matter what this government does, at the papa biya or beye biano, omo pese omu gu abane ni mase. And sometimes, I don't go for because Kevin dear or time I can't reduce nibi. No, mentire. It is always good to establish radio stations, TV stations by Ghanaians. But I can tell you on authority, the kind of people or these Akan radio stations, they don't come there to work as professionals. They come there with a motive. Majority of Omomote Akan radio so Ghana Titru Asante they are not there as professional journalists. They are not there as professional journalists. 90% of them are there because of their affiliation to NPP and their tribal way of thinking. When they get the opportunity to speak on radio, and I said they get the opportunity to be radio presenters, and obviously most of them are not even qualified to be sitting on radio in the first place. But Sebio, Yejiminti, Yetumima Obia Kotana TV, so radio, so you're so a journalist. These people, when they wake up and they look at the issues in front of them, they don't look at it with a neutral eye and say, you know something, my job here is to let the people know the truth, irrespective of the party I like. And what they do is when they wake up in the morning, they say, how can I make my party superior and my tribe superior? Because you see, they be an focus say, I don't know Kevin Tailor there, beka NPP asema, o say Asantefo. I don't hate Asantefo. some group of people sitting on our radio, so majority ni asante for, and majority no are deliberate to try and make Ghana look like say won't support NPP. You are not intelligent. We will need to find a way to destroy you. That's what I don't like. And there are so many of them on radio, so we expect them to know better. We expect them to be at least neutral in their deliberation, neutral in the way they look at issues. Because when I sit here and I speak on Asama Esi Ghana, Obia Osham Ghana biya one idea about the matter. Obia Wabro biya idea. There are millions of people watching me. The kind of qualification of what minibi. And I cannot sit here and make it look like say it can never be possible. What I can do here is to let the person who is smarter than me in whatever understand the same, respecting intelligence, and that I am trying to make a point that at the end of the day sounds intelligent. But Osha Sanko for we are. Omo idea be say some betina TV, some betina radio so a obia yakwasia. Yankwa na yetekasa. It does not work like that. And this issue happened on Peace FM. You see, Abranti, my friend Nana Yaokesi, and the deliberate attempt to lie, to malign the NDC, to make people are omutie the show not to think say, I say NPP, NDC for ni yankwasia for, omu yo mambo for. I say NDC for no, omu tiny pa. I say NDC for no, adentina, ye de ya sante for ya can for radio. Adentina was say ye can be, Emma, ye can no krenoma obie the difference between NPP and NDC. So what's na radio so? Na say, from some training. You are not supposed to be master of everything. You want some trouble for their expert in law. You are some trouble for their expert in environmental science and environmental reporting. You are expert that they strictly report on agricultural issues. Your journalists are almost reporting on political issues. But your general understanding of journalism, and that general understanding is especially say Obetina Akunyum as a social political host of a show. You have to at least have about 80% idea of all current affairs or current events. Say about 80% there you need to know. And then the Maui different from Sibio Mami Otiokrasi. And then the Maui different from Sibio, ya Mami Bia, ya Nana Bia, ya Uncle Bia, ya Wuni Pebia Sibio, Baby Outino, Omonya Quenya if you said, dear not what to miss Yanko Duno, Omun to miss Yanko Druho. And then I would do a yasia, Yama Akunyaba Akosatinaso, if you say, who di patrimuno, o dear Sibio, un samna, utmitia sie ye, a church muchre. Your position as a journalist, when you sit, is supposed to be a professional position whereby, oh man, nipe bi ngini se nipe bi yankwasiafo. The moment I bet na TV so and radio so, na wadwini no, omo mutie oni bi so omo jimi no, you become the problem and you have to become the enemy. Now, mommy go to Peace FM. I brand your friend Nana Yaokesi. And these are the kind of people our matana radio so ache. Oh, kasa the names is here, because what I say to your oh, kasa the names is here, say I wait your matana radio so ache. But you see, abro enen kwasiade omudi radio ni ye no. Sa radio omudi say mine, omudi say nipa no. Say yankasem na yantu entosoko kwa nkyere san kwasiafo ibi say ya. Yet one no masakofo another kufu ado abedi so abese Ghana. These are the foolish people who did yodium. NPP was body patu na say Jimmy for we atiti radio so Peace FM. No mutete na omu defend the chrono. They were defending people being murdered. They were defending bad economy. They were defending arrogance. They were defending corruption to the highest point. All in the name say, yeah, the Atia Santikasa, inti say, obi a huneni, obi a nkrani, obi a kroboni, obi a buruni, obi a dienia, or so timime diena no tiasie. So antime mekasa na kwasia. That is the mentality. San kwasia for wait na TV suni radio so. That is the mentality they have. Now, young gongo tie, sa brantie wait na radio so. Na opeso create impression be say, NDC are buying bo mutimu po. Say omubeyi Madam Tokonu as a journalist actually with Jimmy. Because it is so easy for you. There were so many documents that came out from the committee report from the beginning, the petitioning, all the way through to in the presidency, the peace council of state members, a commission, because there was a process. It's where Jimmy Krana unima kenka wonumu bono. We are crossing a radio so uni certification papa biano. Where Jimmy Krano, ma obin king kind and church the munchro. But so we need the honor say, oh, me person me go and this yenimase, me person me go John Mohammed nimase, me person me yana man for bifa oban ho tanya. Now we kwaya kwasia. Into be sure baby no the bibi bowa or the akoma so and the bibia bow if you say uti radio so na wudi atro. And these are some of the things we are trying to prevent. Now, sa papa we friend yaw kese. Nana yaw kese Jimmy nkwa o wemu Jimmy and omodi akaka no modi 50 o ebi kro ma bro. Omutu mu nyina fudwene Jimmy Jomdi radio ni yene se omakọ eyi aso omne nkofo yere makoda eno ano no ene ehia wa ha ene we yam ofa we de na mdim we kurase ne ekogya no ena omu nseda ni anything anything professional bi ometumi di a church nsemu idea ni nyina ne se yete kwame despite radio so ye asantefo ye nsai aban no ya de papa kura ye nsai no mom yanko tie kwase ya we and these people I don't spare them because omu Jimmy. Listen to this idiot.
Ebia no obeje
abazi mame mi sa wasem ba ko na fe me nko doc
so
se how say mame a wasum Ghana se temuafo every high court akọ court of appeal e da ko wie supreme court ewuremu aba beye temuafo pani ene ye yinadi enti pen kra no oman ne mani bi o ko fie nsansa na ebesi ne yentime nkyere se bone kura maame ne ye yen eni bone poti we no wo ye enti okofie nsansan en hawo
ya kisi
yes sir
shall say okofie ne ye man pin
at least on the bone
ye man pin nti maame we do chest I also say
but Charlotte say
the one so mine
difference woman say train difference woman say Charlotte say no bisa akwala akra onim de yi
oh yeah dey
okay Charlotte say the kwadu ko ball na be de akire na one omo ye adwuma ne say omo abo adeto mu kro no procurement breaches omo yi bi and omo no so di bi ba pie so say ne wabo midua de ne ma pa akire say wo na wo de asem no ko ye no wo so abo kro no ba ko mienu miensa enan nti ho na Charlotte say asem ne sha
on say won nya dagie achechim na wo na ya kesi uti ane no Madam Tokunu asem de wo de wunim bone a wo ye wo de wunim kra
me ma wo
ba shalo de what to bu achechim
because
the former suspended chief justice de de wunim kra me catch us say sika na kaye abansi kaye cheso ni ye na ejuma no o ko ye busafo ejuma in a nutshell
sa ejuma ben
wo bi sami shalo say de na ye de men you see
obenye kumti wo. And my team, they are boosting the sound. I'll play it again. Oh, my dear, no, yeah. And now, yeah, wo and this, and now, yeah. Some mammy, I was some Ghana, Madam Tokonu. And ye na on Fabi Bianco Fian, and yamu, yeah. And papa say, now, Madam Tokonu, no change Charlotte say, na. And papa Nibusan say, na Charlotte say, and mammy, we ask them, why are you making it look like, say, Obi a time Tokonu na, or Manakofie? Oh, Charlotte said, yeah, they say him, yeah. And papa de busa na intimami we unim na mami we ye o se ne de onim kwasia we a host morning show. These are people anopa no mukuta krata say ono be church Galamsey mu akiro also penye jakum to wa edin because that is how they communicate. That is how they destroy people, they destroy governments. Charlotte said in a CB 8 years to 9 years rokai but talk on one some see no na kwasi ampanyi wati radio say or your morning show host e dey na wasua e deliberate na ni da ho omo person mo create impression bi say and this if one alpha toko no ho tan but this fool Jimmy way kwame despite no ni hu de odi fa ni sika yinti na osore na enkwasi ade na odi ni sika ye Jimmy way ti wo the process atoko no fe mu a ye nyina ye ti wo a ye kenkan ye ye bedu the end of the process no or say on Kaibi onim the reason tia toko no ye pamo no na me Jimmy Kurano na no pa makoso peace FM se metie enkwasi afo and the reason why we install these people is ana montiasi o the omo ya na mistake o e deliberate I know sometimes no me come be check Ghana for say I'm to kwase baby Kevin Tailor there odidi atam na we Jimmy ana mama ho achew we Jimmy yeah so we Jimmy for I don't need to use the nice words at you because you don't feed me and I don't feed you. But so when Jimmy, I need to let you know. So when Jimmy, and to me when you tell me say Kevin Tailor dear Tama and come in coat and come in skin because at the end of the day I don't crawl to you to give me food. But what I can tell you so when Jimmy dear, I will not spare you. I'll let you know so when Jimmy. Adia ushe no enye Jimmy. How can this be journalism? How on earth do you call this journalism? Where on earth? Eya den na wotsena ho a create impression be say Tokonu obi sorry anopa say ye no agibibie free nisem. Tokonu had the opportunity to work and take all her benefit with her. And odi NPP for wechi. Odi afenyo makim wechi. She had every opportunity to take every benefit. Na the benefit odi beko fie. But Mamin, because of her greed, she was thinking she will embarrass the president, embarrass the government, and make everybody look like a fool. No? And then her ending was her. So why are you people not looking at the facts? Most of them better radio swa. Jimmy sa wemo, they don't know anything. They have not been to any school. They don't have any ethics when it comes to this job. Kwame that's right. Now when you kwasi sike bi no who Jimmy ni bi ose kwatena radios na me tua oka. Yes. Kwame that's why they kwasi sike bi na ohun de onfanye onim how to invest the money into otoka awia osme hu krasi ni ba ko betena radio so how can this benefit the nation? How is this going to benefit the nation? Unless you are a fool. You don't sit there and make it look like, say, why are you even sitting there as a morning host? What makes you a morning host? What makes you a journalist? As soon as see 8 years, they wakai. 9 years, no kai. Now, yen documents, ya kin kan ye ansana tokonu, ye yin a free office, no, there won't kai. Now, nipa fun we abet now, ye udina tama is with the atem. These are people who are deliberately destroying this nation. Are you deliberate? Anything I mean, Jimmy, listen to it again.
Sir, how say, Mamia, wasum Ghana, set him for every high court, a court of appeal. Edako ye Supreme Court remo aba beye temuafo pani ene ye yinadi enti pen kra no oman ne mane bi o kofie nsansa na ebesi ne ye ntime nkyere se bone kra ma me ne ye yen eni bone poti we no ye ye enti o kofie nsansa no enhaw
akisi
yes sir
shall say kofie ye man pin
at least on the bonnet
ye money pin nti mami we do chest I also say
but Charlotte said
the one so mine
difference woman say train difference woman say Charlotte said no bisa akola kra onim de yi
oh yeah dey
okay Charlotte said the call do ko ball na be de akire na one wo ye adwuma ne say omo abo adeto mu kro no procurement breaches o mai bi ena omo no so di bi ba pie so say ne wabo midua de ene ma pa akire say wo na wo de asem no call ye no wo so abokoro no ba ko mienu miensa enan nti ho na Charlotte say asem ne sha asem
on say wonya dagie atwetwem na wo na ya kesi uti ane no madam tokunu asem de wo de wunnim bone a wo ye wo de wunnim kra
me ma wo ba
Charlotte de what to bu atwetwem
because
the former suspended chief justice there ni de wunnim kra ni ka cho say sika na kaye a bicycle a cheso ni ye na adwuma no o ko ye busafo adwuma in a nutshell
sa adwuma ben
wo bi sami Charlotte say de na ye de men you see ebia no obeje
agbazi ma me misa wasem ba ko na fe me nko doc
so
say how say mame a wasum Ghana set temuafo every high court a court of appeal edako wie Supreme Court remo aba beye temuafo pani ene ye yinadi enti pen kra no oman ne mane bi o kofie nsansa na ebesi ne ye ntime nkyere se bone kra ma me ne ye yen eni bone poti we no ye ye enti o kofie nsansa no enhaw
akisi
yes sir
Charlotte say coffee ye man pin
at least on the bonnet
ye man pin Nti mami we do chance I also say.
But Charlotte said the
I say the one so mine.
Difference woman say. Train. Difference woman say. Charlotte said no bisa kwalakra onim de yi.
Oh yeah, dey.
Okay. Charlotte said the call do ko ball na be de akire na ono ye adwuma ne say. Omo abo adeto mu kro no. Procurement breaches o mai bi. Ena omo no so di bi ba pie so say ne wabo midua de ne ma pa akire say. Wo na wo de asem no call ye no. Wo so abokoro no ba aku mienu miensa enan. Nti ho na Charlotte say asem ne sha asem.
On say wonya dagie atwetwem. Na wo na ya kesi uti ane no. Madam Tokunu asem de wo de wunnim bone a wo ye. Wo de wunnim kra.
Me ma wo
Bashalo de what to bu atwetwem
because
the former suspended chief justice there nige de wunnim kra. Ni ka cho say sika na kaye abansika cheso ni ye na adwuma no. O ko ye busafo adwuma in the nutshell.
Sa adwuma ben.
Wo bi sami. Challenge say de na ye de men. You see.
But you know the funny thing? Oh, any sin not to na. Obusan say, I don't know Obusa question as a journalist, no. Obi Tiroka say, I could so nya Santini, men funny serious. I'm telling you. Yentina na ya okese de no na ya Santini ba, on the kan kasa twi kasa. Ba kono, ne accent no, ana ne pronunciations no. Uhu say onye pure akani. Inti automatically obi tie show now because oh na say akwa ba kono kra no asante kasa kra wonte ono wonte akankasa enso nana ya okese no wajimi but because okatwi because oye bia sebi oya asante nti ono ne ehunu se odim nyansa enso between the two of them odim se nana ya okese ne yakwasea he does not deserve to sit in that chair. No. And you see when we make these kind of statements saying go for the be a Jimmy, we need to tell them in their faces so what Jimmy say muadie. Yanyan kwarasa o. Yanyan kwarasa o Ghana ho. Yanyan kwarasa o be etino. We have every right to tell everyone our minds and Jimmy, especially when what they are doing can destabilize a democracy. Sadie we no mu yen from ko 4 times sa and no mu twa ntro to nipa so and no be pia tamels time. Omu twa ntro to tamels so sa and no ko fa chichidie we bae. Mahama de membesa mekanasem Mahama de no mu so oyetani aboa omu dinatem from day 1 till date na yedamudi Mahama me no ka say nde yedamudi Mahama tem adentira ne boni oye nyina ne say oyetani na obedi president and was obedi president. And this is what we have been living with. These are where you're 1 out of a million of these kind of presenters in Ghana on various radio stations. Obu kotie wuntumi I say nwan I say mfui. Nipa to work as I say boa. I say onimi nyansa. And what hurts me is say so omo tiso no mo kasa say ya until say omo kasa so person who say omo ejimi na omo bu omo muti omo so omo ejimi a majority of the time no say o kasa o TV so no radio so a o audience na be kire say so bu omo so omo ejimi na omo ejimi enti wo sha majority of the time no nipa omo ti omo no they don't respect their intelligence omo so omo ejimi omo adwene wo fom. It is always Sandy Pana with your ma. You should feel said they don't respect you. They see you so wait, Jimmy. How can this be presenter on TV, on radio, prime time radio, anopa? Even Nanaya Okesina Samno can ever Charlotte say the petition it was not right. It was wrong. Go and read Charlotte say petition Omnikotia Charlotte say. Go and read it. Go and read. They are still making things up against Charlotte say. And that is Peace FM, that is Jandam, that is what they have done. And they don't have anything to say. And how about you say news in Ghana? It is because we have suppressed this kind of demonic evils. These are termite, these are dangerous diseases. Almost say Ghana democracy. That is what they did in Nkrumah till date. We have lived with them. We know the kind of people they are. They are dangerous demons. And and the Bibian say these are foolish masses. We need to take them out of the system, stop them from using the radio, and we need to clean the system. And may my happiness is every day killing Jandam and continuously destroying lies and making sure Nokre Edi Ghana politics win kind. That is my principle. That is my end game. My end game is say Ghana bedroom pempenso bia kwase bintumi kasa tribe into to abama me kwase bintumi kasa ohini bi into to abama me kwase bintumi kasa we de na no kasa no enti yes bia ma no ate intimate to abama no kwase bin kasa say ye de free ha we mu free ha nti to abama we me pese you do that point people will reason when you speak, people reason will ask you questions. On say the man decided to ask him questions, no adani Jimmy because that is what they do. Kwame sefa kan munya de omo yene no onso ka se ne openya de komiti wo waye din the timu shine abeifo nko. That is what they do. They coming into the limelight is always making sure say almost sustain jandam no, and right now they cannot sustain the jandam and it's na MPP ne gu no. Can't you see the MPP collapse? MPP omo oxygen, MPP omo blood atro. The moment you cut that blood they are done. And anytime I say they are going to be in opposition for years because sa blood na eko obutirimu no, sa blood na epompo omakoma no, I have tied it, and they are not getting free flow blood. So they are living half. And it's a part regional and I so because we are not going to give them enough blood for them to full until we have taken half of the sa pipe na sa veins sa whatever na ede moja ko omakume mu no matai ne kakra men time an see you matai no enti flow no I very slow and it's a part I say Jimmy for manam ho no because right now I don't have anything to say. She say ende what is going on? You see asama esini ASMSC, DNSC, yes, IGP are directed CID headquarters to take over investigations into attack on NAIMOS team at Shidium. Into this, you see MPP, NDC, MPP, you see NAIMOS koya arrest be, and you see MPP, NDC, MP ko ho, or catch a boys say, mom penny, hey, Ghana say, my bodam story ni ho. Story be any nothing day, this story. There is no story. Story be any ho. Whatever happened there, it has been solved. And the matter say Jimmy from TTV, the MP should be sacked. Sacked on what? What did he do? The police are investigating. What did he do? Nobody has been able to show one evidence of what happened. Nobody. From journalists to whatever, to CSOs, to some unnecessary fools. Who has evidence? Everybody speaking is saying, they were kind of, and yes, and now they all kind of, then investigations needs to be open. So I am a journalist for behind maybe they want to be recognized or they want to be known. The issue is the fact that happened now is your narrative does not make what happened there. You are simply the truth. That is the issue. So we are journalists, so we are CSO, so we are whatever happened there, it is not your narrative, and also by force. It is only investigations that will determine whether they see or no where the bonnet and where the bonnet. You people have nothing to say. No. Collins Dowd and Anka Sampo Assembly in the constituency or say on one a place he call Emma instructions. Into one story new ho MPP Pejandam Omo Pebibia say Yengwa Emfa. No MP is going to be sacked because they know better. And I know because every single MP in Ghana knows to say NAIMOS ejuma mu a president na mo direction so mu ejuma. And they know. And they know that when the president gives NAIMOS the direction to work, you need to respect that. So if there's been confrontation, NAIMOS yen ejuma, now maybe there's been a confrontation and misunderstanding. That should mean instead the whole country should come down. Nothing is going to come down. Nothing. BBNC. Obia, I'm still yet to hear somebody say, Makochi say MP where yebodi dino or Galamsey. Nobody can say that because the MP is not involved in Galamsey. Nobody can officially come and say, Collins Dowda or Galamsey, me evidence. There's nothing. Some people are arrested. They want to resist arrest. MP gets in there, he confronts the NAIMOS. MP sees the situation. Maybe Sibi on no, and yes, son and NAIMOS for who no. And at the end of the day, if they could not agree on something, what is this about? Hey, Ghana, the world should come down. Nothing is going to go down. BBNC, The police have the right to investigate. And until the police are done with their investigations, I will not blame anybody. Because I know all these MPs in Ghana, they know for a fact that nobody can obstruct the president's decision to fight illegal mining. And so far, nobody has been able to tell me, say, MPB with evidence, a hearsay. Everybody is speculating. And the NPP, they want to force this. Yenya scandalo, yenya sembonio, yema wembeya sem into who can shibe kwasi abe, you know. We don't understand. We need state of emergency. Go to Metro FM, Metro TV. Paul Adomotre is sitting there. He has no credibility. You are the board chair of Metro. Kwasia, no principle. Go there and tell him to leave TV. You cannot, because that is where you eat. So nobody should think say this one, oh, where the begua enko baby nothing. Ghana for Jimmy you. Ghana for Jimmy you. Nobody is stupid. We have seen the effort. We have seen the effort this government is putting into this. So far, every single statement you've heard is speculation. Whether journalists, whether who, everything is speculation. Object me for one evidence. Sa MPR, Mojin so a first time MP. Yan kan ding na o kan go si saying so why den boni ben why what where boni na den. Esu MP ba ho no na MP who can give us actual facts say MP no and the gada mob who nobody so far. This is what we saw, this is what we think, and we believe what Jimmy's yemfa san kasem. Yemfa san kasem. If there's evidence to prove, take it to the police, give it to the police, and let the police do what? Let the police do what? Let the police do the investigations. If the MP needs to be penalized, the MP will be penalized. But we don't sit here and do hearsay. Ye jai, what's your for? Time more power, no? Your body patum etrimutuo, Mosamante. Hey, and there, most of the where Cynthia then, nothing is going to change. Nothing is going to happen. Bibiansi, NAIMOS Yenejuma, the MP is going to work. And I know the MPs know, they know better. The MPs know better. So far, Obia Betna TV Swa, and this is what I believe. Obia Kasabi who Obia also Ojina how I see yet. So far, Obia to me for clear-cut evidence in my speculations. Yeah, first speculations in Bumayo. More per scandal, Papa Mra. Yeah, but where did you? It is not going to change anything. May catch them. Messiah, which one is this? Oh, okay. I don't even need it. Inti, Samo pe bibia, monkofa bibi papa mra, we no ensisa Ghana for adwene. The economy is doing well. The government is doing its best to fight illegal mining. The police, they have been given that the authority to investigate. So far, who will be our evidence? I mob. He organized mob. He organized mob from where? He organized mob from where? So who evidence now? For police. So also a credible journalist. Our evidence from a police and say, oh, I was there when the MP met the mob and the MP gave this money to them and the MP was in this room with them and they gathered them and the MP gave them this. For speculative journalism, speculative reports, because MPP ni bibia. You are thirsty for scandal. There's no scandal. Bibian or Bibian see it. There's nothing. Bibian see it. But from Jimmy Konwa. Bibian is John Mahama will still control. NDC will still control. Aban Papa, the government is delivering. It is not this jandam and Sisan Bibia. Nothing is going to change. Because you see something. Miscommunication is bound to happen. These kind of things, when you go to a community, you want to arrest one of them or some of the people there, people are going to resist. It's normal. Community, you are going to get people who are in support of even Obikrabo, Obituo, or community more. You conform protectors and Nipano, agency Nipano is not guilty. So when it comes to these kind of things, NAIMOS abe baby, na chinkophobia beshem, na se epese de oboko, na ekromo boys se someone tiasie, na se MP betwem, na se what is the big deal about this? MP na edeng. I'm still yet to see somebody tell me, say, MP ni site today, you call no jina ho, no, or gala. You have no evidence, nothing. MP ni problem, you say, he was passing there and he was found at the place the incident happened. Into an negada mob, muyan kwasi afo. Sana mojin si ebugana. Mojin say, mo 1992, azana moyeno, and in ebugana. I will always stand up and speak after the investigations if the MP is found guilty, I will not let him go. But so far, Nothing is pointing to this MP. It is out of pain. There's no scandal. There's nothing. It is out of frustration from the MPP for. Yenya bibia nka o. Se sia ne de ne nka form ho. Se sia the NDC no, omo ye bibia fine. Yempa bibi into eba na nkwasiafo bia jampe. Yenya den, inti yenya den. NAIMOS is still intact. They are still working. Investigations are still going. Mu ye de day. Masa mamu ntie sa nkwasasem we na monko monim. Don't listen to these fools. Omo pa omo koku omo ho. Asam papa nie ana de bia mete eye Senyo Hozi. Na pempe mapa akwara ketekete na pempe mapa. And damn is dead. Asam we na hia we ne o se di hu nkomo. Kana shibe kwasi am paying. These are the things that you need to talk about. Senyo Hozi, halitosis, something like that. You people, these are the things you discuss. Bernard Avle, one is uncle for no, these are the things you need to discuss. Yeah, and you know we speak English because you people cannot use the common sense to explain things to people. You think sitting there and making people think you are smart. You people sitting speaking grammar. The boy you are sitting there, the last guy, he's gay. The last guy is gay. Today he's scared to show his face on your show. You Bernard Avle, ask him why he's gay. You are entertaining gay. Also, I know what your concept pen kuta Bible. We are Christians. You are mingling with gay. You are sitting with gay. The last guy, he's gay. He was fucking his ass in the UK. Why don't you ask him? You cannot ask him. And I don't know kind of motivo. And I'm to mean kind of crunch them on a motivo and kwasiade. And you want a gay to come and avoid. He's gay. He's gay. But the last guy is gay. Now, as something near my jum. Oh, the lie is gay. The last guy is gay. If he's a man, he should respond to it. The colleagues are not normal UK or no. Me say if he's a man, he should take off his nose mask and sit on TV and say, I am never gay. Only so to me, the last guy is gay. Bernard Avle knows. Bernard knows the lie is gay. Yes. And I just go for you. Bernard can be born a suspect. You, Bernard Avle, I know you too. You know the lie is gay. Why are you not telling us it's gay? Why is he wearing nose mask? Why are you all contaminated human beings sitting there? And I'm home. Bernard Avle, do you smell? The other gentleman sitting there with the bushy hair, does he smell? The other people sitting in that room, do they all smell? Do they have mouth odor? Why is he always wearing nose mask? He's gay. He doesn't want us to know he's gay. Take the nose mask off. The last guy is gay. Now, when this story, no, Mumusa Senyo Hozi, on a pempe mapa, small boy. Okotina Sweden na enche, omden be commenta home because Sweden snow na tono. So a pempe mapa which made be commenta home sisia. And the Senyo Hozi say obetina Ghana che ontimi tina Sweden because na pempe mapa or you're close to snow egumu abeti. Now, you see, Senyo Hozi, anything a major story way. They be another alternative. We don't understand. We don't understand. Our water is we are imported water. Over grammar settings boy, Senyo Hozi. Alternative is what we don't. Our country, we don't understand. Neku for one year, who saw yes idea we. Settings. Okran also cultural speech ma ofuriata. That's Okran put in can't also go jail. Senyo Hozi. You are supposed to be jailed. You are an enabler. One on church statement in this one kind jre. One out no SML statement, you are an enabler. You have no credibility to even sit on TV to discuss and how are we going to fight corruption. You are a corruption enabler. You understand? The people we are going to make me say, oh, per camping. Chairman to me is a camping in Galamsey. The last time I checked, Chairman to me wasn't a house help. He was a Galamsey camping. And the government of the day is dealing with Chairman to me. So every day now, TV is, who are the campaigns? Who are the campaigns? The campaign is Chairman to me. Chairman to me, the last time I checked, no, your house help. No, a campaign. So your answer is here. Come and listen to this. Because you have for more settings. A man for bar near Shechire. Oh, we write speech for you. Oh, we are consultants. Now, money are buying beer bar, money on my bokrono. We didn't take position. Did you see me take position from Bahama? No. But you know, these are the people who are doing corruption. No contract behind the scenes, consultancy contract. That is what they do. Certain boys, Evans Mensa, NPP time, or Tamsika Sika boot, and an ouchicha, Bunko Busa a ye, Bunko Busa Kwabodi din, your friend saying, Nancy Mintini din, your friend, Akwen also an energy expert. What's his name? I used to talk to him. Give me his name. This guy used to speak. He used to speak on energy. Guys, do you remember the guy's name? Mr. P, Mr. S. It's been a long time I heard him. Recently, they put some jandam out that he has been appointed. This energy expert. What's his name? Mr. S. He's my friend too. I've forgotten his name. Mr. P, you remember that young guy? He was very, very vocal during Ekufuado's time about energy, oil, and all that. His name is it a Fanti? No, this guy. No, it's not Eric Opoku. Asepo said Enya Asepo. No, this guy, Mr. S, at a point, an oil deal by Evans Mensah of Joy News, Etam Sikagu Kamu, he was sharing journalist to journalist. Okodru sa guy no, and a guy catch and say, now the money you are giving me, that is not enough. Evans Mensah could be in the car boot. Dollars na negum Evans Mensah Joy News. He was sharing for that company to get that deal because they wanted to stop the deal. They wanted to stop the deal they wanted to pass the deal at Parliament. Now and almost per se CSOs no a pushy story no. Evans Mensah no. They are lobbyists. They sit behind the scenes. They have opened companies. Amwa. What's his full name? What's his name? Amwa. What's the full name? Duncan Amwa. Duncan Amwa no apun adwuma. He had closed from work. Let me explain. He had closed from work. Now ojina car park or then the party si din komo. And Evans Mensah be park here. Evans Mensah be parking or catch and say right now this deal no the NPP want to move it to Parliament and that he works for that energy company as a consultant and that they want Duncan Amwa everyone saying Duncan Amwa mo they want them to push the matter for them. Evans Mensah mujina hono and Evans Mensah called the car mu and okoyi ska and already Duncan and Duncan catch and say but you this one so this one there Duncan said this is not enough. Also this one it be water money it be this one be Evans Mensah ofru or not sika good car to Evans Mensah. That is what they do. The same thing as Asejo Hosebu yomo yes boys that's what they do in Ghana. Politicians be some bokro no normally the boys na and it's adwuma no behind the scenes. Mo friend Duncan Amwa say meboa enyo na ka kire me ameboa. Where is Duncan Amwa? Duncan. And Evans Mensah nam Ghana na oche sika ya tamu sika mano almost 500 or 500 million and then ekuta no na oche o resi so we no mo sika. Oh now the trick was Evans Mensah ba onka adekro or so I can give you some material be make you read and to no din kobo we also this one the small water but to remember no $40,000 $50,000 $40,000 so is with water this one there into we are no email ya bro that's what he was doing. Mumusa Duncan say me boa go and ask Duncan go and into go to Duncan or come Duncan cities na Duncan says onje he is not into that he's not going to agree and then ma at the end pie so it be that way the thing pie and when the teacher Evans Mensah mumusa no Senor Jose Eddie covering one cover Omia. Do you know the consultancy job as Senor Jose Yema MPP? Ask him. Ask Senor Jose that during MPP's era, did he get any consultancy job behind the scenes for the MPP? Baumia, Mumuta Senor. Senor Jose no acting oh yeah. We don't understand. We don't understand. You don't understand. They are destroying our water. We want the camping. This is the camping. The camping is here. And the asanfu fresi mami jujum. Winston Amwa, sa Winston on namono. Ne papa a former NPP MP for Mpoho. Winston Amwa, the Joy News no. Winston. Ne papa a former MP for Mpoho, MPP. Winston Amwa so the same thing oye. The same thing they do. Now only mukofo we ana. So they sit there. We don't do politics so all politicians aba say they cut deals. So person omukoya mukwasi ade a omu use our boys no Winston Amwa na ne papa Mpoho ne papa na former NPP MP Winston Amwa Joy News. They are all part of the clique. I know them all. That's the job they do. In Tomu we were not appointed. We don't want appointment. We know us. We don't deal that. Why are they doing this? Oboa and then I'm going to senior catch them say SML. script on the Troy. Now, will you ever think, say, Senor, say, in some okay, he had any affiliation to the NPP? Eh? Wouldn't we discover Munyae? Dankanamwa, Maka. That day that Evans Mensah came to that place, you were on phone with me. I was on phone with you when you were standing at your parking lot. Evans Mensah came, he gave you that money, you rejected the money, and Evans Mensah was like, you need to take it because he's going to bring a bigger money, and you rejected it. Didn't it happen? The good thing you did was that money, I don't know whether you took it or not, because at the point, Mebusa said, Duncan, did you take the money or not? How much was it? You never told me the amount. Mebwa. Until I went to find out how much was given to you. Duncan, Duncan, you told me Evans called you. I was on phone with you. We were talking because I was working on an energy project and I told you I needed some information. And he said you were going to give me the information because you have first hand. I said, let's work on the project together. It was a scandal. I was on phone with you. You had finished work. You were at your parking lot and Evans Mensah came. He drove there. He parked. The money was in his trunk. Mebois. Now, mommy and Duncan Amwa, me feeling rough. Very, very good guy. Duncan did not take the money. But he told me that Evans brought the money. He didn't take. When I asked Duncan how much was the money, he didn't tell me. I went to do my own job. Not knowing, say, Evans had gone to a couple of SCSOs to pay Evans Mensah. Eka Energy, or it was, what deal was it? Was it Eka Energy? It's in my file somewhere. Evans Mensah, Evans Mensah was working with them as a consultant or something. Evans Mensah, one criminal guy on Nanam Ghana. Is it Eka Energy? No, it wasn't Eka Energy. There was one. Is it? It was Energy and ENI or maybe ENI, something like that. Mekaipa ENI was ENI. What was Evans Mensah? Evans Mensah convoy. Now, moment sorry, Nadia, power hand, about 10. It's 5 p.m. here in the US. It's 10 in Ghana. Eka Energy deal. Anna ENI. I have this in my folder somewhere. Machine and ye, uji machine as messy. Besides, look into that for me. Now, AG withdraws charges against Akonta Mining General Manager Edward Akwoku after he offers to testify for states in Wuntumi's Tano Nimire Forest Galamsey trial. Hesiano, eye Wuntumi or Galamsey camping. Senor Ozi, the last time I checked, Wuntumi wasn't a house help. He was a Galamsey camping, and the government has gotten him. They are dealing with him. So stop that nonsense talk. Where are the campings? When are you going to arrest the camping? Unless you don't arrest camping. Campings are not balls in front of your thighs. Campings are criminals who dealt in illegal mining. Now, the Abeto and then say, Aya Attorney General, Aya Chairman Wuntumi, Enkofua na odi omu di dwuma say Ghana nsase. Odi Akonta Mining ewura eye Nimire Forest mu a Ekufuado, Samuel Abujinapo, omu bie Ghana Forest under NPP say, Obia wura mu nkodi asase nse no. Aban se san ya bechi chairman Wuntumi a dirigina court no. Ni nipa ba ko pa na one ne bokro no ene ne ko ebokosu atafre no ende akwa ne se ono beso beko jail into obeka ni nyina into ono se sia no oba be yedwuma ma Attorney General. Oba be dia danse etia chairman Wuntumi. And then your friend said that the government or the AG, they have flipped one of the suspects. And as I speak to you, Chairman Wuntumi, the Gangalias Nibako, na oya manager, na onuna a lady, Chairman Wuntumi Galamsey, Jumadia Odi, was some of the forest around the nation, specifically a Nimire Forest, no. And Sa Nipane say, Wakacha Attorney General, Chairman Wuntumi Sika Unya, and Onongwane die, and then I will see, or Onongwane see, sa girls go for man no moteta ejimi for girls si ono nko an koye man kokoteta bi enti men ko jail e ma Chairman Wuntumi enti okuoku Edward Okuoku say ono de opese Attorney General eboa no na obeka Attorney General ho na de ewo mu bia no okacha Attorney General ne ye de bua chairman wontumi ene omamaka no for. Into the Attorney General has been able to flip one criminal. And you see, in all this, right, the kingpin is still around. He's still under Ghana's grips. Now, as Attorney General to me flip a big shot like this, I don't care about the deal Attorney General and the Cartier. I don't care. Say, Nipa no be anti-free, na se chairman want to make 30 years, I'm fine. That's all that I need. And it's part of prosecution. Prosecution is basically like barter trade. It's basically like a business investment. To make your case better, you always need to make sure, say, you have something that will convince the judge, the jury, that the person you are going after, no, that person is guilty of the crimes or allegations or whatever you have against them. Now, if even you have to go into that person's camp and get somebody in there and tell him, I'll give you a better deal. Because if you don't come and make sure you give me what I want to prosecute the one I need, you might end up at the same place. So, 30 years, I want to 30 years. Now, who was the Sika Chema won't me di? Sika on your free gold, Sika on your free the Oyem. Now, show him. That's only Chema won't to them 30 years. So, when the Minyansa, Obakacha Attorney General say, you know what? No, Minjimi ye. Because Chema won't me Eddie in Kwasia for Machi. Emabia omonum kopa guma omokasa omonum ntutuo e de se impro time na one eye nketiama eda out tatata no ho no saa time na wuni hobi until you are not going to go to jail for chairman wontumi until clearly somebody is reasoning ebia okon no owoyere owoma omone na kasa da chairman wontumi be you go to good table so na wuni hobi o da chairman wontumi ebo tuo na wuni hobi o Ujimi a chairman wontumi no ono we sika koto baby o ebi obetumi atwitwa no ho kakra ebi a wo kwa kodem 30 years o enti ka no kore no enti papa ne se enchine ye de na mokoso de eye bibia e friend akweside so e de enti saa yomani nyina ontumi ema ne mpa no because wo hwe sibia akweside ye na woni wa se ne a wenhu akweside ya wadwonjiri saa yomani nyina wo se na me okonko pa I'm going to follow chairman wontumi for what reason? Chama wontumi nya ne sikei me a edan kakraka osi wensi bia ma me nkoku ana ono omudei woni omtetata omuhui na me ni obi owura forest Ghana oil politics me obi anim me nti sesi aso be akosidei me kodem 20 years na akosidei saa 20 years me hu bi dabi se yenya akosidei nhwe de anka be tena fie ama chama wontumi akodem nti ye chama wontumi a exchange akosidei Okuoku so pa akosidei moko de na nchene so de into the chairman wontumi a exchange akosidei obafili akosidei so obekwa hye jail na onya akosidei didie anka chairman wontumi nkom intende eye okuoku se be say osi oni Attorney General be yedwuma sebio ende ono eba be ginam edi adanse etia chairman wontumi e wo court boy ne friend say aban no eye edwuma Attorney General e bo edwuma inti okuoku de se onkodem no beti ebia no da eye Kumasi prisons eno so okrom pon enso o ha wote o so mo ya kweside na wote an akweside kese pa content from no oni abekon aye na obekon 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 asantie oni abekon aye na obekon gra hey obeti no prison was here akoside ekoso na minko dem match eba untumi and obedem di anka akoside eba hwene ndi anka chema untumi ndem so okuoku has substituted akoside for chema untumi ogwa ko di akoside woni ebekon ya na obekon yoni ebekon ya na obekon woni ebekon ya na obekon na o hye eye Kumasi prisons and so wo krompe ya bo ketenimu a wote ketefoi omo cross no mo cross se kutu se bem ai na ye dibofuru awie na ye nim na yesa na asanti ye kire asante mame ode infifra tiri say so ai na nim kales ye pie na ne be ya bete na ojimi no ho na sebio amanfo sadi ketekekeke na wo hye prison ko ojimi Inti was substitute So but them own one goes there I catch my own to for to kwaji. And they say for to kwaji go for and the cheba would to me. Or the two kwaji prison. Yeah. Uji said that form. Attorney General is working. Ye jujum weja. Ain yantias ye wakase tiao. Makase mabodin. Mabodin na mafro. Chairman nya kukudro. 15 years to 30 years. When you dear ye mubaku. Na we Jimmy Achenti. Inkokua unu omuda ye nyina ende kawagu omodum. Cheba udum so tum bibi dawo. Hey, Bema tintin gram was akwachi aponchine nada. Erade. Ba me ko benim. Hey chairman. This be our betiti na ukuta aponchim wo mpaso. Bema te saw. Watch aponchine nada. Hey. Chairman so don fa radio. Hey, asam no kra de. Hey, what me? Sibia wutie yi.
2 bashi 2 pelekes. 1 bashi 2 pelekes. 1 bashi 2 pelekes. 2 bashi 2 pelekes.
When we crying 2 bashit, class 2 bashit where? Towel.
Towel.
I want the pink,
towel.
the price,
Towel.
the pure case.
Towel. 2 bashi 2 pelekes. 1 bashi 2 pelekes. 1 bashi 2 pelekes. 2 bashi 2 pelekes.
When we crying 2 bashit, class 2 bashit where? Towel.
Towel.
I want the pink,
Towel.
the price,
Towel.
the pure case.
Towel.
Avera mabremo. Ajeba ko amoton. Madam will read the text. Madam so munya butre na mo organize ade ni ye. Munya professional video na mo fa mbrem na me de me mboma mo. Mesrew. Licky soap de ofa na wafa medjuma. Enti me manage no. Enti munya ni ye. Na afei munya introduction ye mutwa video no fine na mo fan send me na me mboma mo as commercial because Licky no me pese Licky esi ano me hu so wa na busy pa enti me pebe 5,000 Ghana bi na nka me de aba no na nyoma na wo fa no wafa kakra so ma Licky na nka Licky no ono so e de atoto nyama enti mo ntoto nyama because na me pe obi a so far no na me hu say you are not taking advantage of her me hu say odi ni ye adwuma and Mr. Aya ono so kakra be kona no mane nkona no na sebio nipa bi entumi be fa no mane mfa nkoye ye nyoma video hunu bi won kwa na mehu say so far no wetumi make sure say adwuma wo ye no de ne beka ho even though there's the humor part no you are basically helping into ono so no kakra wo say kan nsa no mo mane nka lake nsa me ame bese me tutu meni na me hwega me kakra na ono so mo de ahye mu man kakra mo ko fa 2 pillowcase na 2 pillowcase na ma fa bi 1 pillowcase amano bofa 2 tower na mafa half tower ma.
Yes, so abusia yes I mo bibia akwa babio enti wei osagefo Dr. Kevin Tailor wati ase ono ena ode ni sempa no agu honom edi ama ono na sebi aburu sebi nyado NPP for we omudwen so mo yes smart to the extent say no money ayeden omani abedie because omahwehwemu omunya scandal bia nyeden emfa nye propaganda enti na ato omo eni atrosem akeka eni sebi ensema enfata moma yembo yewura John Dramani Mahama Abaso because according to Kevin Tailor no utima ina yehu so Germany president abipiem ha na nina investment what you say nina investment in Ghana's economy and yembisa yehu say brana Akufo-Addo any NPP for omuti edwom no na how many presidents and yehu so omobakroma empo how many presidents and no moto omunsa edifre Akufo-Addo na aban se omombra no mu medical so na ye bilateral trade no na akati off bilateral mo kan say trade na enko so na enko so se amana mienu ahia a omo edi omo ho komo efa adwadie ho nsem efa amanyo ho nsem eni amanyosem no na enko so because they see and as they saw Akufado's government as what one of the most funniest and most wicked governance. Into no my one say they won't even venture. No more the musika bishim ni baby no musika say because they were hearing say na yankasa yanko for more invest into our economy no or musika no omunya back. For example, bondholders, pensioners or musika omudi omunsa to so omudi omusika ma binim fa ho se be yare binim fa ho ekoda afiase ebinim fa ho ewuye na amaman mpanyfo nyina na omo te wo no ma na omo hwe saade we nyina. They were observing this closely. They were far away observing this. But the nay omo hu se ampa aban papa bi abaso eno omo hu se ampa aban na sesa enti no yenya sebi opanyin a odwi nipa ho opanyin sebi owo nipa ho do opanyin sebi owo chema edema nipa enti for that matter we can rely on that person. You bet me rely on this governance or I say this government. Enti no hwe amaman ye papa jo mama oko bukan sin Japan. Oko Japan mekai oko Japan kodi sawoso enesu Germany. You see again onko a oni amaman mpanfo adidi nkomo a omuguso omu invest Ghana economy mo. And it is a very good news to every single Ghanaian. It is a very good news. Also mo wanije se pe ho se finally yenya onipa ase bi oti asemase. Yenya obi oti asemase. It is very very good news and a pass sa nema we happen. Nkentisa nka Ghana the NPP for they nearly sold this country. In fact, they nearly sold this country. Grabbing a go for it on Ghana. Because we the nekoso, we the kind of ruling, we said the ahumaso, ham pina geomafana. Senka yet about Ghana for your mistake and I'm to NPP for so for this 2025 year by now Ghana she kajatum and no Sudan a rahusem na a political power nipa adwem boni African adwem boni menim de ntia ya na bibini de bia tumi adidi ni tiremu dem enso onye tumi na omani ni a eho kire no onye tumi na omfambo ni na odi enriche no ho teka kufu adu na mamu we na mukuburu baby a nka bai na nka ni nka Ghana kubai. But because of the Ghana for sin, ya mudo na yinim de yinti. We thought twice say and maybe beba and we the you motor with massive margin of vote I be against them and it has happened. And it tells you say Ghana for said oh ya de shower ya you know what you are doing. In the ye ni say at the form ya dream at the honor in the ye it is sana and then it's in the Kevin. Shira and you inside that they are the bow inside a year insight what I say or analysis would the Brian na Ghana for so it me and yes kunyano etio chirawaju wo conversation manum and your number one authentic platform negative yankonka and ko bibia ho makra bye bye.